Hi friends, welcome. I'm Jocelyn Peters. I'm the maker behind Mountain Song Designs, and this is my YouTube channel. I share all kinds of things about knitting, patterns I have coming out, maybe books, things that I enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. All right, let's get started. Right, the first thing that I'm going to share with you today is a whip of mine, a work in progress. Here it is. I have a toe and I am knitting the gusset of my toe-up sock. Here's the first one. Here you go. This is my Fade into Neverland sock pattern. It just came out a few weeks ago, and this is it. Here is the sample of it. It's a toe-up sock. It's a heel flap and gusset fit, but on a toe-up sock because I love that fit, so I figured that out. And rounded toe, cool fade. You get to pair two skeins, whatever colors you like together. You get to put them together. It's available on Etsy, in my Etsy shop, and on Ravelry, in my design page there. I will, of course, have all the links in the description. But I am working on my fourth pair of these because I love it so much. I love knitting toe-up socks, and this fit, I can't beat it. So that's what I'm working on. It's in a Mischief Managed project bag that I love. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Next, I'm going to share with you a pattern that I have coming out in about a week and a half. The plan is April 6th. This will be coming out 2023, and it's my new hat. Here it is. It's a ribbed hat with a knit palm, and I have it in hat sizes. It'll fit the whole family. It's in fingering weight. This is Lolo Did It, Lolo's favorite, so it's an MCN merino nylon cashmere. And this is alpaca fluff. Look how fluffy that is. You knit it with strands held together to make it nice and fluffy. And I don't usually knit with holding strands together if I can avoid it. But you know what? I put my balls into a bag and I knit it, and it really wasn't a problem. These guys, they just sat in that bag and I knit it, and it was not a problem. I didn't get frustrated or anything. So this is the palm. Here is the size 3. That was size 4. Here's the worsted weight. Also Lolo Did It. It's Anduin. I love this color. Of course, you will fold up the brim so it'll fit all kinds of head sizes. I can wear the size 4. I can even wear the newborn. It's not how I would choose to wear my hat, but it fits. I could if I had to. See? I could. Now, I don't usually wear my hats that tight, but this will fit a newborn head and it'll grow with the kid. So if you have a little one to knit for, this is a perfect hat. You fold it up as much as you need to, and then as they grow, you fold it down, it'll expand with them. So that's, it's all laid out for you too. It has all the sizes, it has all of the 2 weights. And if you're making this for a kid, I was thinking about this. I made this is just a worsted weight acrylic yarn. I made it with the same as this just to try it out. I wanted to see if I could make a snowball, and I made a snowball. But I was thinking, if you had this on your kid's hat, and then you're at the doctor's office and your kid is bored and your phone dies, and just take the kid's hat, take the strands out. If you just tie it in, take the strands out, and now they have a ball to play with on the go. You're done. Then you have to go chase a ball, but that's okay. So that is my Fairly hat. Now, why did I call it Fairly? Well, Fairly is the place where the West Virginia State Fair happens. Fairly, Fairlea. And you know, it's a place where families get to go together. They get to spend time together, eat all of the fun food, see all of the crafts, knitting, quilts, gorgeous quilt display. There's so much to do at the state fair. And so I thought, what a perfect name for a hat that fits the whole family and has lots of different options for whatever the person who's wearing it or making it would prefer. So that is the Fairly hat. Okay, you may have also noticed this thing here beside me. This is a bag that I am currently working on the pattern for. It'll be going into testing soon. My plan is to have it out at the beginning of May. It's a market bag, and it has been so fun to work on getting this together. A little bottom there, great strap. So I will be sharing that more with you later. But if you are interested in test knitting at some point, I have a form, a Google form that you could fill out. I'll put it in the description. Feel free to fill that out, and we'll join you into our testing group. So there is my future design. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, the next thing I would like to share with you is a sweater that I shared with you a few weeks ago. It's the Calliope sweater. It's a work in progress. It's one of my whips, and here it is. Last time I had to here, and now I'm down to the bottom ribbing on the bottom hem. This is Lolo Did It yarn. It's fingering weight. This is Lolo's favorite, like I used in the hat. And then this is the original. It's another one of the Lolo Did It fingering weight yarns. It's a really great yarn. It's squishy and fun. It's Versailles, this colorway, and Yeti goes to Lallybrock for my Outlander. And I have it in, oh wait, I have to show you the stitch marker. Look at this stitch marker. Ah, there. Check out that stitch marker. It's an Outlander stitch marker made by Simply Serving. I love Simply Serving stitch markers, and this is one of her painted wooden ones. And I think they're just so pretty. And it's Outlander, so it goes. And I have it in my Game of Thrones bag. This is a bag that I made years ago. See, green. I also love Game of Thrones. I love all of the different fandoms. That's one of the ones that I love too. So that's in my Game of Thrones bag, and hopefully by the next time I see you, I'll have that sweater finished off the needles. And yeah, I love it so far. I've tried it on, and so far it fits. We'll see what happens when it blocks, but I think it's gonna be just fine. So I'll share that with you, hopefully the next time. Okay, the other knit in the shop that I'm going to share with you is the sweater that I'm wearing. This is out of Coffeehouse Knits. I love this knitting book. This pattern book is fantastic. Here is the Spiced Chai, I believe it's called. Dirty Chai pullover. And here it is on the back. Now you'll notice I don't have the collar, the turtleneck collar. If I'd had one more skein, I definitely would have made it. I think it's beautiful, but I was using stash yarn, and this was birthday gifted stash yarn. It's Madelinetosh, I believe in Flycatcher Blue. It's in the worsted weight vintage, I think. It was squishy and in my stash, and I knew it would be great for this sweater. So let me show it to you a bit here. I'll try to stand up, but it's got a nice cozy fit, kind of oversized, kind of a sweatshirt kind of feel, but it's a sweater, so of course it looks lovely. But I love this detail that goes all the way down. It added interest, but it wasn't overbearing. It made sense the way it was put together. And I've really enjoyed knitting this. There are a lot of other great patterns in this book. One of the other patterns that I knit is the chai latte cowl. Now I did it in, Lolo did it worsted yarn in the simple worsted in Beaubaton because I love blue, and it made me so happy. It was a 2 skein project, and it was perfect. Easy, interesting, but not overly complicated, which is what I really appreciate when I'm knitting. I want it to look like I've put time and effort into it, but I also want it to be efficient. So those are the 2 things that I've knit from it so far. I also would love to knit the latte swirl. Isn't that pretty? Just looks so cozy. It has some cable details, but you know, it's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of stockinette to get you through so that you don't have to think the whole time, which is really nice when you're knitting a sweater. I love sweaters that take a lot of thought, but I also love the ones that you can put some thought and then kind of go in autopilot. This cremoso shawl, see if I can get this on here without showing the pattern. I don't know, here. Maybe you can kind of see it there. It's a fun shawl too, easy wear, some brioche kinds of things, oversized sweaters. Again, it's Coffeehouse Knits, and it's a really lovely pattern book if you're looking for something to add to your library. It's one that I'm really glad that I added to mine. So there is that for you. I hope you enjoy it too. Let me know if you've knit something out of it, because I think it's great, and I'm curious if other people think so too. Okay, I'm going to end this this episode with a little chat about Substack. I've started writing on Substack, and if you haven't checked it out yet, please do. The link will be in the description. I really enjoy writing, and I love words, and I love reading too. My most recent post, last week I posted about tutorials, because on this channel also you'll find knitting tutorials. I love teaching other people about knitting. I like to share things that I've learned, things I've figured out. I haven't figured out everything, but the things that I have, I enjoy sharing it with others. So if you haven't checked out my tutorials, please feel free to. And if you want to read a little bit about them, and I mostly featured the German twisted cast on in my Substack post from the other day, please check that out too. Another thing I will probably be chatting about on Substack soon is when you have to decide if you're going to finish something or frog it. And this can apply to knitting, and in my case most recently it applied to reading a book. I had planned to share a book with you, and I didn't finish it. Do you ever have books that you start reading because you've read all of these wonderful reviews and people love it, and it's, you know, this great book, and then you start reading it and you just start rolling your eyes at the main character, or thinking, well, why did you do that? Or whatever it is, you don't click with the book, whether it's the character or the plot or just the world itself. You just can't do it. And I never used to be the person who would stop watching a movie or stop reading a book. If I started it, I finished it. I think knitting helped me learn a little bit, not that I don't have to finish it. If I hate it, I don't have to. And this week, I didn't finish it. And I won't share with you what the book was, because honestly, I think I can see why other people would really enjoy it. I just don't think it was it's just not in my life. I don't know. I don't know if I can quite explain it. I didn't like the main character, so I didn't do it. And you know, it got me to thinking, well, why would I stop reading books now more than before? And I think my time is becoming more precious to me. I don't know if it's age or I could say it's wisdom, but I'm pretty sure it's just age. I'm realizing that I don't have time to waste. Do you? How do you feel about your time? Do you value your time? Do you think, well, I've committed to it, so I'm going to finish it whether I want to or not? Do you do it with knitting? Do you always finish your knitting? Or do you sometimes say, this isn't for me, I can't do this, and I don't want to spend my life doing it, so I'll give it up? I don't know, but I do have other books that I am currently reading. One that my children decided that I needed to read, and they were correct. I love it. I have another book that's more of a memoir that is hilarious. And in the coming weeks, I will share those with you after I finish them. But you know, I think you just gotta find a thing that you really enjoy and that you really love and focus on that. Because what's the point of spending your life doing things that you don't really enjoy if you have the choice? So I'll leave you with that thought, and I hope that you have a really wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country